So in this video we are going to implement the full adder circuit by the two half adder circuit using the process of instantiation method. So first of all we need to create the project. Go to the file, new project, and name the project. We named it as full adder by the help of half adder. You can type any name here. Okay. Next, check the port sync and XC7010. Alright, next, finish. Because we are developing the full adder circuit using half adder circuit, so first of all we need to create a source file of the half adder. Go to here, right click here, new source, Verilog module, named it as half adder. Next, finish. Define the inputs of the half adder. As we know, we have two inputs and two outputs in case of half adder. Input A, input B, output sum, and output carry. And we know that in case of half adder we need to assign sum is equals to A XOR B, and carry is equals to A and B. Alright, so our half adder module is ready. There is some syntax error. Oh sorry, assign how. Yes, our half adder module is ready. Now we are going to add another source file for the full adder, and then we will instantiate the half adder twice in that full adder file. Okay, go to here, new source, Verilog module, and full adder. Next, and finish. So in case of full adder, we know that we have three inputs: input A, input B, and input C in. In order to differentiate the input from the half adder, I am defining this as A1, B1. Alright, and we have two outputs, output sum1 and output carry. Carry out. Because we are developing the full adder circuit by the help of half adder circuit using the instantiation method. So first of all, how to instantiate the half adder circuit here? First of all, we need to type the name of the module of the half adder. We are just copying this name and paste this name here, and type any name after this, like U1. And first of all, here we have inputs defined A, B, and output sum carry. So we are going to instantiate the input A to the A1. Why? Because it can be seen here the first half adder input A1 is connected to the A and B1 is connected to the B. So A1 is connected to A1, and dot B is connected to B1, and then in half adder we also have sum and carry. So dot sum is connected to the red color, and we know that the output of the first half adder is basically the input of the second half adder, the sum output. So in order to connect them we need a wire, and I named this wire as EQ1. Alright, and we need another wire in order to connect the carry output of the first half adder to the OR gate here. And this wire I named it as EQ2, and the last wire we need in order to connect this carry out of the second half adder to the OR gate. So three wires we need here. Alright, so first of all we are going to define this wire EQ1 EQ2, EQ3. Alright, so the wires are defined, and the sum is basically the sum of the first half adder is connected to this EQ1, and dot carry is basically connected to the EQ2. Here we can see, so EQ2, and our first half adder is successfully instantiated under the full adder circuit, as we can see here. Now another half adder circuit needs to be instantiated here, so I am copying this and paste here. Half adder U2, unit 2, it is the unit 1, and here we have unit 2, and here the input of first half adder is connected to this wire EQ1. So dot A here is connected basically with EQ1, because the output here is going to become the output of sum is becoming the input of the second half adder. As you can see here, sum is connected to the wire EQ1, and the wire is connected to the input of the second half adder here, and the second input here we have carry in. We can see here, this, the second input is basically the carry in input. Alright, so C in is the second input, and this sum here we have is basically connected to sum of the full adder. So dot sum is connected with the sum 1, and carry of the second half adder is basically here, which is connected to EQ3. Alright, so carry is connected to EQ3. Now one thing left here, and that thing is basically this OR gate, and EQ2 and EQ3 basically the outputs of the two half adder. These are basically the carry out output of the two half adder are going to become all here, and then we get our final carry out. So assign carry out is equals to EQ2 or with EQ3. So our full adder circuit is completed, and we successfully instantiate the two half adder here, means half adder twice here. Now in order to check this logic, we need to add another source file here, which is basically the test bench file. So right click, left click here, new source, Verilog test fixture, test bench full adder, and the file associated is full adder, because the unit under test is this full adder file, and in this full adder file this half adder also instantiated. So full adder is selected, next, finish. Now here we need to do some changes here, because here only one case is discovered, because here one case is defined in which all the inputs are 0 0 0. So for better understanding, we are going to define every case here, 0 0 1, 0 1 0, 0 1 1, 1 0 0, 1 0 1, and 1 1 0, 1 1, and 1. Now in order to check the syntax, go here, simulation, and click test bench file, click here, and behavior check syntax. So syntax is fine. Now simulate behavioral model. So this is the result of our full adder circuit. First of all, Our first input is 0, second is 0, third is 0, our sum is 0, because 0 plus 0 plus 0, sum is 0 and carry is 0. When 0 plus 1, 0 plus 0 plus 1, our sum is 1, carry is 0. Now 1 plus 0 plus 0, here sum is 1, carry is 0. When we have 1 plus 0 and plus 1, 1 plus 1 is basically 2, and the binary of 2 is 1 0, 0 as a sum and 1 as a carry. And now 0 plus 1 plus 0, 1. So basically sum is 1, carry is 0. When we have 1 1 0, 1 plus 1 plus 0, it is 2. The binary of 2 is basically again 1 0, sum as a 0 and carry is 1. Now when we have all the inputs are high, 1 1 1, 1 plus 1 is 3, and the binary of 3 is 1 1, 1 as a sum and 1 as a carry. So our logic is verified. So let's close this, and now we are able to implement this logic on the FPGA. So in order to implement this logic on the FPGA, we need to add another new source file here. So go to the implementation, click fulladder.v, and we need to add constraint file here, because constraint file helps us to connect us these input with the physical pins. Click post synthesis first. It will synthesize the code, and then it allows us to define the pins connecting to the FPGA. It will take some time. Press yes. Another window will open, and plan ahead window. So close and go to the schematic, and click here IO ports. First of all, need to connect these inputs to the physical pins of the FPGA. Our FPGA is basically this Zybo G710. So these are the user switches which can be used as input, and here we have user LEDs which can be used as the outputs. So the switches which I will use basically W13, A15 and G15. So input A as W13, input B as P15, and inputs carry in as G15. And we need to define any two LEDs. So I'm going to define the LEDs D18 and G14. D18 as sum LED and G14 as carry LED. D18 as sum LED, D18 as sum, and G14 as carry out LED. And the standard voltage is LV CMOS 33, which is 3.3 volts. Now we need to save this file, Ctrl S. It will automatically add the UCF file on our project. So here we can see that UCF file is added, and we can see this file here. A1 is connected to W13, B1 is connected to P15, carry in is connected to G15, sum is connected with the LED D18, and carry out is connected to the LED G14, and all are IO standard 3.3 volts. Okay, so now click here fulladder.v and generate the programming file over the bit file. The file which we will upload on the FPGA. It will take some time. So So our bit file is successfully generated here. Now we will implement now we will upload this file on our FPGA. So in order to upload this file in the FPGA, first we need to connect the FPGA to the PC. So FPGA is connected to the PC. Now configure target device. Press OK. Impact window will open, and we need to go to the boundary scan. Click right here, initialize chain, and the board is detected. Click yes, bypass, and cancel. Now we need to go here, add new configuration file. So we need to select this bit file and press OK. The bit file is opened here. Now we need to program this file. Right click here and program the device. Yes, X7010. Press OK. FPGA is successfully programmed. So this is our FPGA Zynq Zybo ZC7010, and it is successfully programmed. And here we have the input switches and output LEDs. Here we can see that the green LED is on, which is indicating us the bit file is uploaded here, and the red light is basically the power LED. At this time 000 inputs are applied. When any one of the input goes high, the sum LED, which is basically the D18 LED, becomes high. When any one single of the input becomes high. So I am 001 logic I will apply. As you can see, sum LED becomes high. Now I am going to implement the logic 010. Another only one input is high, so our sum LED becomes high. When any of two inputs becomes high, then the carry LED becomes open, because 1 plus 1 is 2, and the 2 in binary is 10. 0 as a sum and 1 as a carry. So sum LED will become 0, means low, and carry LED becomes high, and the carry LED is G14. Now I am going to implement 011. You will see that the sum LED will turn off and the carry LED will turn on. Here now the logic implemented here is 011, and we can see that the carry LED becomes high and the sum LED becomes low. Now when all of three inputs goes high, means 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is equals to 3, and 3 in binary is basically 1 as a sum and 1 as a carry, means both the LEDs sum and carry both will become high. You will see here when the logic 111 here is applied. Now sum and carry both the LEDs becomes high. So this is for today's video. We implemented the full adder circuit using two half adder circuit by the process of instantiation method.